All right, the property prequel, be in the know before you buy. Firstly, last week's ep, Sam Gordon, close to 50-plus properties in his portfolio, still in his young 30s. It was really good. A bit of a deep dive. I know I get a lot of demographic in the younger generation. And that one, if you haven't heard it, go back and listen. I haven't been inundated with so much feedback in a long time, chatting recycling equity, chatting location and development, all different things. So if you want more of a deep dive on property investment, listen to that. If you want to go a bit high level, turn the speakers up. We're about to go high level with one of the best in the industry. So today we're very fortunate. We've got Emil Juresic. You'd be sleeping on the rock if you haven't seen this guy popping up on your feed here and there. If you are with kids, just be mindful. He doesn't mind a F-bomb every now and again, but we're all about them being comfy. So just a heads up. But one thing I love about Emil, firstly, he's authentic. He's a proven performer. I've followed him for a very long time. I remember him decades ago, and he's proof in the pudding. So I'd be listening very closely because I'm going to dive deep, not only property, a bit of business, personal brand sort of stuff. And mate, very grateful we could connect and be here on the Gold Coast, Emil.
Happy to be here. Very excited, and I love what you guys are doing as well. And I think, with your podcast, people can take so much. The people that you are having on your podcast definitely have world of experience that they can pass to others as well, so people can obviously benefit from the knowledge they gain from the people that you interview.
Mate, and that was a big reason why I wanted you on, because I know you're very big on exploring and putting out knowledge at scale to others, and I really want to chat around One Life Club, which is super exciting. It's just taken off like you wouldn't believe. We'll dive in that to a second, but one place I always like to start, Emil. Obviously, I can tell from the accent you're not from here, mate. What was the upbringing? Where are you from?
I'm Croatian and came to Australia when I was almost 16 years old. Came here as a refugee, and so my upbringing was very, I guess, tough because I grew up in a civil war where for 4 years we had no electricity, no clean water, no really food. So it was just fight for survival. And but I'm always grateful for experiences that I had in my young life, I guess, because I believe that everything that happens to you throughout your life makes you who you are as a person today.
100%.
And hopefully makes you stronger, as long as you can see the positive side of every dark place you've been in. Then you can benefit from it as a stronger person.
How was life for you growing up? Like, did you have mum and dad, brothers, sisters?
I got beautiful mum and dad, very close to them. They live in Brisbane now. And brother who works with me, who is extremely good builder. And I had a sister that passed away when she was very young. But besides that, had most amazing parents. So that's one thing that I'm always grateful for. They gave me a meaning of life and family, and they probably if I'm a good person, is thanks to mom and dad. They gave me that foundation, how to actually be a good freaking human. And childhood was really good because I had good parents. So that's a good start. The bad thing about childhood, I was very fucking poor. What I mean? And but that's a good part as well, because I'm glad looking at it from perspective where I am living today. I'm glad that I had a poor childhood. I'm glad that I went through war. Even I lost a lot of family members in war. Because all of those things I'm grateful for, that made me a strong individual today.
I was going to ask Emil, a common trait I'm seeing, and mate, I'm curious to know. Like I was Polish dad, and very militant style. What was your growing up in a Croatian? I know some Croatian, and they're very good entrepreneurs.
Yes.
What do you think the relationship is between immigrants and successful in like business? What do you think it is?
Look,
it's so common. It's so common.
I think people that are born, for example, in Australia, and there's some amazing entrepreneurs
100%,
that are
definitely.
born, here or anywhere really. But a lot of people that were born here, they were not hungry, physically hungry for food. You know what I mean? They didn't grow up in a dark place. So, imagine if you are locked in a dark room for 15 or 20 years. You're just locked in a dark room and somebody just opens the door for you and you see a daylight. You'd be fucking so excited to run free because you see daylight. And that's how I feel like a lot of immigrants, that if they grow up in a dark place and when they get out of that room, they just want to fucking, breathe fresh air and conquer the world and run, what I mean? And that's how I feel with a lot of immigrants because they had such a tough upbringing and they come to country like this where there's so many opportunities. There's no bombs flying above your head. You can eat tomorrow. They probably
it's clean and
it's clean, and they probably appreciate the opportunities, and they're grateful with what this country has to offer, and they just grab it with the fucking both hands and thrive.
And it seems to be a work ethic thing as well. Like still to this day, like my mum from poor Philippines and dad from Poland, and like you just see your parents, their work ethic, I think. And yes. I'd say it'd be the same with you. Would it be like your parents? You would have were they very strong work ethic? Just always
100%. Yeah. I mean, dad was the hardest freaking worker.
I was going to say, what was that like? So as a son, was he pretty militant style?
Look, the thing is, parents can only teach you what they know.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So my dad couldn't teach me how to be an entrepreneur, but thing that I learned from dad, which is going back to the question you're asking me, is discipline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Son, you got to be responsible for your fucking actions. You know what I mean? You fuck up, you got to fix up. You know what I mean? And because we were, we were very poor, thing that dad can teach me is what he knew, and that is, son, be a good human, be respectful of older people than you, be respectful of others, to get through life, you got to work fucking hard. You got to work hard. So that's what I learned from
it's
dad.
Kind of ingrained in you.
Oh, yeah. Since I was little, and to this day, my dad is 70 years old. And if I was working, if I was doing any physical work against my dad, he'll kick my fucking ass, because dad is such a hard worker. My brother and myself, we retired him now, so he never has to work in his life again. So he was teaching us what he knew, and what he knew, he had 12 brothers and sisters, and they all just know hard work. You won't be hungry.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If you work really fucking hard. And that's one thing that I learned from dad, and discipline as well. And also, when I was young, if you fuck around, you get a slap, you know what I mean? So, hey, you
keep you in line, eh?
You got to keep in line, 100%. You know what I mean? And even as a kid, I was a freaking naughty kid because I always was entrepreneurial and always wanted to do crazy shit. But dad would be always, son, you gotta be responsible for your actions, and so definitely work ethic is definitely something I get from my father. And my mom, she was a house mom. Her job was to look after my dad and my brother and myself, and most amazing mom. And she's the one that was very disciplined. Actually, mom was more disciplined than dad. She was the one that was strict, I guess. And I think in the age where I was growing up, respect was very crucial. And you had to be a responsible child, not the one. For example, if the guests came over, you had to be respectful to them and nice to them, and not just be running amok like a crazy person.
It's interesting, isn't it? Like I'm thinking back to my child and chatting to successful like yourself who've got an immigrant background as well. Like, seems like we all had the same thing, like hard parents, but you respect them. Like I remember when my dad, he was the one man I not feared, but it was like, even with my footy, it was like everyone would say I played a good game. But if my dad said, he gave me good, solid advice, it's like you always
look
into, you listen to them.
You listen. And you should be, even, I always say, even one of the things that every young individual should do, they should, respect older people. They should be respectful and polite, and I know like a lot of individuals, they live their life like zero fucks given. I understand that part. They're free and they want to conquer the world, but there's a right way of doing it, and right way of doing it is being respectful to others, putting others first before you put yourself, and the world is changing. I can tell you that much.
And I love just tapping into that quickly, Emil, because I love giving people an insight onto the core foundation, because at the end of the day, our childhood is where most
everything
of our...
I agree.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's where it's core. So what I want people to realise is, because we'll chat about where things are at now, but that gives people a bit of a baseline on where you grew up. So by no means did you have opportunities left, right and centre and what they call on a platter for you when where you are now. You know, so it seems like there's a lot of hard work.
But saying that, if there are a lot of young kids that don't have good parents, there are young kids that, maybe have parents that are drug addicts. They have parents that are alcoholics, and but doesn't mean that they can't make change themselves. I mean, I was brought up where, mom and dad was so full of love, so they were sharing that with me, but there's a lot of kids that don't have that.
Don't have it, yeah.
You know what I mean? And, and my parents were, teaching me what they knew, and that is how to be a good human. But if you have a bad parent that is beating you down, that is telling you you're not good for anything, you can't make it in life, you're going to be nothing. So those kids, they have to be fucking stronger and build a mindset in a way that, you know what, maybe I have a fucked up parents. Maybe I don't have fucking parents. Maybe they're dead. But what I do have is one life in front of me. And this is not a fucking rehearsal where I'm going to live one life and I'm dead, then I'm going to come back here again. You don't. So those kids, they have to build a strength within themselves and be strong enough to run their own race with what they have, what they have to work with. And what they have to work with is only themselves and nobody around them. But fuck, even that should make them stronger to beat life instead of life beat them, to do actually well in their lives. I believe that, us as a humans, we give ourselves a lot of excuses why we can't do something instead of finding the ones we fucking can.
100%. Heard this one the other day. It's being mindful of have you got a broken soundtrack playing in your head, right? And it's not it's your past destination isn't your future destination, right? And you're exactly right. Some use it for bad. They use it as an excuse, don't they? They might not have the best thing or
everything that I do. Every fuck up I make, which I make plenty every bloody day, I use it as an advantage to do better things tomorrow. Because if I try to do something today and if it doesn't work, doesn't mean I should give up. What I should do, I should be grateful. You know what? I tried it, and the direction that I tried actually didn't work. So I learned something. Let's now do things better. And I can take advantage of what I just learned from the things that didn't go, how to make them better tomorrow.
A true mistake is only if you do it twice, right? So
you know what? And to be honest, don't be surprised. You might do them fucking 5 times, you know what I mean? But it doesn't matter how many times you make mistakes, as long as you come out better and learn something, going forward. I mean, look, I have a very close friend of mine, he openly talks about how he tried 17 different businesses and 17 times you fucking failed. I mean, look, you think you'll give up fucking after time number 5 because you know what? I tried something, maybe I'm just meant for this. He tried 17 fucking times and he failed. 18th time, he tried again and he learned every time that he failed, and he created a company called Car Advice and he sold it for $63 million.
Wow.
And now he's creating a company that is worth probably 20 times that, and he's doing extremely well. So, it's not just how many times you fail, it's how many times you also get up and keep trying again.
And how hungry you are to keep pushing to that vision.
I tell you what, I quite often say this. There's really one main thing that you need to have to be successful in any business, whatever the fuck it is. everything you can learn. You can learn how to be a good carpenter or plumber, or you can learn e-commerce, or you can learn how to be a good real estate agent or buyer's agent. You can learn all those skills. But main thing that you need to be good at anything is that hunger within yourself and the willpower in yourself to keep fucking moving forward and conquer the world. You don't have that, don't even bother fucking trying. You know, so you need to find the reasons why you are doing something at first place and realize on the journey of becoming a successful buyer's agency, you're going to be going through fucking hell to be one of the best. But if you have that right mindset, right will to succeed and hunger, burning fire within you, you'll go through it. You'll make anything happen. Now, you can learn how to be a buyer's agent or whatever the fuck you want to do. You don't have those main ingredients built within yourself. You already failed. Don't even bother trying.
Yeah, I love that. Love that. And then, so you've got that core, good foundation. Where do you head to next? So you went to come in Australia. Where'd you go, right? Like, what school?
I went to Sunnybank State High School. And it was a public school, a little bit rough at that time.
I know Sunnybank.
Well, first, actually, when I came here, I went to English school because I couldn't speak fucking world of English. So I went to English school for 6 months and called Milpera, where all the immigrants would go.
Milpera,
then after that, I went to Sunnybank State High School, went there to grade 10, 11, and 12. And after I finished school, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, even when I was very young age, you know.
Did you go to uni?
Fuck no. So I was always entrepreneurial. Even at age 4, I used to wash other kids' bicycles for like 50 cents so I can afford my own. And when war started, I used to sell candles or cigarettes or whatever I had to do, you know, so I can earn a bit of money, so I can buy food for family, so we can survive and we can fucking eat. And but you know, so I was always more entrepreneurial than academic, I guess. And as soon as I finished grade 12, which is I hardly even finished that. I don't even know how I finished it. Mom and dad, again, they were teaching me what they know. Son, you know, you gotta get an education so you can, you know, get a good job one day and you can, you know, provide for family. And at age 18 or 17 and a half, when I finished high school, I thought I'm gonna study business management. And in college or TAFE, that's supposed to go for 2 years. After 7 days studying that, I went to my teacher and I said, excuse me, I have one question. And that is, how are you teaching me how to run a business or how to be a successful business owner when you're working for somebody else yourself? Makes no fucking difference. You don't know what you know cash flow is. You don't know what it means to employ people, to pay them, to go and hunt for business. And you are teaching me from the book, not from your experience. This is not for me. Which is funny, you know, that teacher told me, you know, you will never make it in life, you know, and if you don't get good grades. And I remember at that time I was driving Toyota Corolla or something. And 10 years later, I went to say hi to my teacher. And when I went to him, I was waiting for him after school. I was waiting for him to walk towards his car, and I said, hey, I'm not going to name him here, and I'm going to call him John for the record here. I said, hey, John, how you going? I said, you probably can't remember me, but I just wanted to say hi, and, you know, I studied for 1 week with you 10 years ago, and I was a person that left, and you told me that, you know, if I don't get good education, you know, I wouldn't make it in business. And he said, well, if you got good education, one day maybe you would be driving that Ferrari that was parked across the road. I said, funny thing, that is actually mine. While he's still driving a fucking Corolla. Like, fuck you. You know what I mean? That's how my ball started. And after I quit 7 days into fucking studying, I was like, what can I do now? I'm so fucking hungry to succeed, but at age 18, the reality is you don't know fuck all.
Nothing, yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, but one thing that I did have, I had a heart size of Mount Everest. I had that real fucking power to conquer the world.
Yeah.
But the reality is I didn't have the knowledge to do it. So I couldn't start a law firm. I couldn't be a doctor. What business can I do when I don't know anything? So I thought, okay, I got to take baby steps. What can I do? What can I learn that I can start earning good money and hopefully create knowledge while I'm earning that good money and do better things tomorrow? And I thought, fuck construction. Being age 18, it's not like, well, how much more can I do? And so I learned a trade as much as I could learn a trade, plastering within 7 days. And I created my own little business as a sole trader and started working 7 days a week. When I was
plastering?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I was working and at that time, people were not paying me hourly rates. People were paying me linear meter, whatever.
Yes.
More meters I put up of plaster, more money I can make. And I started working 7 days a week like a fucking donkey from 4 in the morning till 11, 12 at midnight. I used to work under lights. And at age 18, I bought a block of land for 70 grand. I built a house for 100. Cost me $173,000-$4,000 at the time. And 6 months later, I sold that house for $295,000. I made a bit of 100 grand. And I thought I was fucking Bill Gates, richest man in the world. I got $100,000. And then I used that money. Then I built 2 houses, and I built 4 houses, and I built 6. And that's how the journey fucking started. But at the same time, that time.
Whilst you were working as a
plasterer? 7 days a week,
So you'd use the profits from business, put it in an asset.
Well, use the money that I was earning to borrow money.
Yes, from the bank.
From the bank, so I can actually build the first house. And then when I sold it, I had money that I saved plus profits that I make to do it again. And then I built 2 houses.
Love it.
And when I sold 2 houses for profits, then, it all started from there.
I think the key one there, just on that, peeling back into your teens, is because you could have easily earned that money and put it to depreciate or just spent it at the nightclubs at Friday to Sunday. But
to be honest, I am all my life I am very aware how important timing is. And time in general. And I'm very aware that, yesterday I was 18, then a few minutes later I was 30, and a few minutes later, now I'm 44. So there's one thing for sure, that time is passing by. So if I fuck around for 10 years, that means I'm already starting my race 10 years behind. So I try to utilize my time. And this is one advice that I give to any young individual that could be listening to this. Use your fucking time wisely, because if you do fuck around for 10 years, if you party and chase girls or whatever the fuck you want to do, the reality is you're going to start your race 10 years behind somebody who is starting fucking hungry at age 18. So use your time. I mean, look, I understand that, young people, they want to party and stuff like that. Yeah, I understand that. But, try to do it, in moderation and not partying 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, when they see me today and they see, fuck Emil, you got, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Porsches, Bentleys, you're living a dream. I always say yes, but that didn't come overnight. Came by taking all those little steps that I've been taking since I was, 18 years old to be where I am today. And, but saying that, it's never too late to start.
100%.
So if you've been working for somebody else, if you were in that comfort zone for 20 years, being employed somebody else, it's not too late to start tomorrow. Because if you don't, time will pass again, and then before you know it, you'll be 85 years old, and you'll be thinking yourself, fuck, if I had my life again, I would do things differently. Well, fuck that. Back the fuck up now, jump, and move forward. Because tell you what, everything, even now, I've been talking to you for half an hour here, and time is ticking. And, this conversation might go for 1 hour. And guess what? When it's finished, we are 1 hour closest to our ultimate destination. That is us being fucking dead. So it's very crucial to use the time. Doesn't matter whatever you're doing. I think the biggest thing is for people to realize, why are you on this earth? Why here? Do you really want to be here to be fucking average and to be useless fuck? Do you really want to do that? And I can tell you this, if you're having a conversation with a fucking mirror, and I always say my best friend is a mirror, because mirror tells me the truth. When I look at myself and I ask myself, am I good at something? If you're really true to yourself and having a true conversation to the mirror will tell you, hey buddy, look at your results. You're shit. or you're good. You know what I mean? And so, I always say that it's just really crucial that you understand that who the fuck you want to be in your life. And I want to be successful. I want to have a great business. Okay, what the fuck are you going to do about it to achieve that? If you do want to just talk about it and be one of those people that all he does is just talk about it, or do you want to fucking do it? Just lift yourself up, and move forward for the right reasons.
Love it, man. You get me jacked up this Friday. I'm gonna. Oh, jeez, I'm.
but somebody asked me a question the other day. How do you start your day? And I said, I start my day when I wake up. Little steps. First step, with the right mind. I start my day by thinking great things. So I'm already building up my head by having a beautiful thoughts in my head. Because if you start your day and you're like, fuck, I hate this day, I gotta deal with this shit, I gotta go to work. And if you start your day like that, you already lost a fight of that day. So my thing is, think about good things, put my mind in the right place, and then I have a conversation with myself to mirror.
Yeah.
If you see me, you think I'm a fucking crazy fuck talking to mirror. And then I ask myself, all right, 2 choices. 1, be king of your day. Conquer the fucking day. And any shit that goes your way, you just smash it and move forward. Doesn't matter if you have problems, whatever. Because if I am starting my day, building my mindset that's solid, that, hey, fucker, if you waste this day by stressing and hating your day, again, when the day is finished, once again, you're closer to your ultimate destination. That is being fucking dead one day, and you just lost a day. So with me, good thoughts, putting my mind in the right place, and almost meditate for 30 seconds or a minute or 5, just having that positive mindset, and then the day starts. Anything that comes your way, positive attitude, good people around you, move forward. When the day is finished, you can say, you know what amazing day I had. And I don't regret. It wasn't a waste, you know what I mean? Because, I'm a deep fucking thinking about this shit. Because, I always say 2 things. When you're age 85, you can be the person that says, I wish I can do things again. I wish I've done that. I wish I tried that. I wish I wasn't so negative. I wish I surrounded myself with the people. I want to be the person that is 85 who can say, you know what? I had a fucking great life. I tried it all. Yeah, I made mistakes as well. But I lived life with full fucking heart, with full open chest and full breath. And now, if I die tomorrow, it's okay. It's time to go because I was given this life and I gave it a fucking go.
Gave it a crack.
Time to go now and fuck it. Man, instead of, oh, fuck, no fuck then.
Yeah.
And what people don't realize, because when you're in your teens, specifically when you're 18 or 15 or 20, you don't think about this shit. You think you're going to live like a dinosaur. You're going to live forever. Whole life in front of you. It's like, Jesus Christ, buddy, wake the fuck up. You're only tourist here. Now, when was the last holiday you went on?
Me?
Yes.
6 weeks ago.
6 weeks ago. How long was the holiday?
A week.
A week? Where did you go?
New South Wales.
And guess what? That was 6 fucking weeks ago. Like that gone. So you went and gone. Now 6 weeks passed. That is life too, buddy. That is life as well. Life is, hey, this is one thing I say to people. If you really want to learn how fast life goes, every person needs to do this. Specifically, younger you are, better it is. Go and speak to somebody who's 90 or 95 years old.
Yeah.
Speak to them, ask them one fucking question. Only one question. And that is, hey, buddy, can you please tell me how fast did life go? No 95 years old is going to tell you, it was so fucking slow, it took me forever to get here. Nobody's going to say that. Everybody's going to say, oh my God.
It flew, it went.
Like that, and I'm 95 and now I'm waiting to be dead. That is if you live that long. Because the bullet that's going to kill you, what a friend of mine would say, has already been fired. So you don't know when you're going to die. People die age 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Shit happens. So while you're alive, use your fucking time so wisely. So wisely. So wisely.
So it sounds like, to overarch it all, your mindset leading into each day, like life's you got one life and life is short. So it's like, what are you afraid of? What's stopping you?
What is stopping you?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You know, there's only one thing stopping you. Only one thing that stops all of us from doing anything is the bullshit we tell ourselves why we can't do something. Instead of saying all the shit and good reasons why we can.
I love it. Love it. And mate, what about in terms of your business? Let's just quickly touch on the business side of things. Very successful in your field. NGU Real Estate?
Yes.
So you got in the plastering, all that, you got doing some real estate stuff. Did that give you that hunger to start a real estate agency?
No.
Or like?
With me, obviously, I had that natural progression. You know, I started working on construction sites, on tools, and, you know, then I was working for the builders and developers, and I saw how they do things. I was like, fuck, I can do that as well. I'm going to start small, build one house at a time. So I started developing. And started developing a lot. I made a million mistakes on the way for me to learn how to really be a good property developer. Then, 7 years ago, I was employing always real estate agents to sell my stuff. And then I realized
your own projects.
My own projects. I was using other agents, and I really saw that, first of all, most agents are what I would call today scum of the earth. Yeah. You know, and what I mean by that is they don't give a fuck about me as a seller. They don't give a fuck about the buyer. They just want to get fucking paid. If they have to fuck me up the ass, excuse my French here, or the buyer, they don't care. They just want the deal done. And with me, but agents being scum of the fucking earth and trying to just work for the money instead of working the interest of the seller so they can have a repeat business again and again and again and again. You know, them being bad people, you can see through that, right? What was really annoying me, that agents didn't understand the product I was developing. So, for example, for you to be selling orange juice, you're really talking shit unless you try the juice and then tell me how good it is. Because you got to try it yourself, right? And I felt like agents are selling the product they don't understand. They don't understand what it takes to build it. And every agent that would come to me, they would say, hey, Emil, your house is worth, for example, $1 million. And I said, okay, how did you value it? He said, based on the houses that are sold in the area, which is not correct valuing it because every single house costs different dollars per square meter. You can build identical floor plan for $2,000 a square meter and $10,000 a square meter. All depends on the shit that you put in the house, right? And so that was annoying me, them not understanding the product I was selling. Two, the biggest thing that was really annoying me, they were not moving ahead with times. Because the way you market the way you were marketing property 20 years ago is a different way of marketing it 10 years ago and 5 years ago and today. Because we have so much in front of us that we can utilize, you know, social media and, you know, Google ads and now, you know, AI and you know, if you got to be constantly moving ahead with times. And at that time, I felt that real estate agents, they would just do two things: put a property up on realestate.com and wait for the buyer to find the property. You know, if you put a property for sale in, let's say, Burleigh Heads, the buyer would have to go on realestate.com or Domain, which are great platforms that do the work, but people would have to go there and put Burleigh Heads for the properties to come in Burleigh Heads. But people that are coming from New South Wales, you know, they don't, you know, to them doesn't really matter if it's Miami, if it's Burleigh Heads or Palm Beach, you know, so you can really capitalize. And also, you know, at that time there was Instagram, there was Facebook and Google ads, so there were so many platforms out there where you can place ads there and hunt for people.
Yes.
Be proactive, because the biggest platforms are there for buyer to go and find the properties. Instead of, when everybody's on social media, why not fucking place ads in front of them and you hunt for them? So I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm starting my own company. And originally to sell my own stock. Then I thought, well, there's actually a big gap in the market. You know, I reckon I can go and crush any competitor out there if I am focused on being ethical, if I'm focused on working in the interest of the seller, because seller pays me, not like you. Buyer pays you, so you have to work in the interest of the buyer. With me, I'm on this side of the table. My job is to get every dollar out of buyers agents or out of buyers. So if I can work in the interest of the seller, and if I can be proactive with marketing, and if I can be more creative than my competitors, and if I can also lead by example, which is the biggest thing here, I know I can dominate. What I mean, lead by example. If I go and sell real estate myself, I can attract other agents because they can see I'm a good leader myself.
Yeah.
And 7 years later, real estate companies on the track to sell $2 billion worth of real estate.
Yeah, wow. How many offices?
So we are just opening a 10th office now, and we got a great bunch of amazing people that we're very selective. We had chance to open 100 offices, but with us, I have a policy in my company, and that is called, decade free. If you are really good at what you do, but if you're a bad person, do work with somebody else, not us. So I'm very selective, who we do business with, who comes on board. Because, with us is, the culture that we have built is so freaking crucial within our organizations. And if you have, 10 people that are so good, and if you employ the 11th person, if they're so negative and bad, and if they don't have the right ethics, they can drag everybody else in. So we're very selective who we add on the board. And so real estate company is doing well. We're growing as we feel fit.
You're more on the business now?
I'm definitely more in the business because right now, real estate company is one arm. Then we have a massive property development, not massive, big enough for me anyway, property development company and own law firm and marketing company and One Life Club that we have created. So,
sounds like a lot of verticals within the sphere.
100%. Look, to be honest, when you start your business, you have to be everything. And a lot of people are mistaken. They think I start my own business, I want to be the boss. You are
100%.
You're everything. You're the fucking donkey that does everything.
Yep.
And for a very long time, I felt that I was like a rugby player. When you're a rugby player, you're just running. You don't know. You don't have time to think. You're just running. You're passing the ball. You're just running like a madman or mad woman. Now I feel like I'm like a coach sitting on the sideline and watching my rugby players, and I can see my field, and I can say, you know what? You are good in that position, stay there. You shit, get out of the field, put reserves in so they can take your position, move somebody from there to there. So now I feel like I'm more as a coach, and I can see my field and I'm managing it. And my strength is today, after everything I've learned, my strength is finding people that are more capable than me in their own fields and let them think on my behalf and let them thrive. So I'm very blessed that I employ an amazing person who runs One Life Club, amazing person that runs real estate company for me, amazing person that runs development company for me and media company. And I normally talk to only 4 or 5 people a day, but right now I'm just focused on employing people that are better than me in their own fields, let them run the race. Yeah. And now I just worry about making 3, 4 big decisions a day.
Love it. So higher leverage decisions. Seems like you're...
Well, to be honest, yes, and I still like to get involved, because I still like to know what's happening on the ground. There's 2 ways of being a general in the army. One that is managing, army and the fight from the office, and one that is on the field. I like to be one on the field and be the first one in the war.
Emil, question. I see a lot of business owners struggle with this, and I love this concept in business, obviously working in and working on. What do you think the biggest hurdle is for people to move from working in to working on? You just said it there. Obviously, you need to get the right people. And
biggest mistakes people make, they like to micromanage everything. And they also like to think they know everything. And they build their business over the years, and it's hard for them to let go. It's their fucking baby, How do I let go? And the way I see it is you can't build $1 billion company with 20,000, you can't be 20,000 employees yourself.
Yes.
So there are the times that you just have to have the strength of selecting good people to replace you in certain roles. You know what I mean? And but the biggest issue I see on a daily basis is them letting go, micromanaging everything. And the reality is, if you're going to micromanage every part of your business, if you're going to think you need to do everything, you just ask yourself, do you want to grow? If the answer is yes, can you grow doing that? No, because there is only 24 hours in the day.
Yes.
And out of 24, you probably need to sleep 4 to 6 hours. And you don't have 10,000 hours in a day that you can't be a superman or superwoman, do it all. So you have to have that conversation with yourself. Hey, you want to grow? You got to let go.
I heard that one at ARIC conference last week. Yeah, to grow, you got to let go.
To grow, you got to let go, man. You know what I mean? But, I do understand it is a tough decision for a lot of business owners because they were like, fuck, it's my baby. If I give it to somebody else, they're going to fuck it up, There is a good chance people you employ, they will make mistakes, but so will you.
Yes. Mate, I absolutely love that concept. And now for you, quick one, what's your definition of business owner and entrepreneur? I'm interested to hear what you think the difference is.
I got a goosebumps thinking about this. I had this discussion with somebody else yesterday.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong by doing both. You just got to ask yourself, what do you want out of life and what makes you happy, right? Business owner, a lot of business owners will create one business. They're going to be very good. Like I'm going to take real estate as an example. A lot of business owners create one real estate office and they make it really good and they make successful business out of it.
Yep.
And they just keep running their business, gives them good lifestyle, gives them, established business over the time. Entrepreneur is opportunist. He constantly look for opportunities. He constantly wants to take himself or herself to another level with their mind, with the challenges, and they don't just even do it for the money because they just do it for the thrive and the thrill and the challenges of it. It's easier in a way just to be a business owner, creates one business and run that race and fantastic. Entrepreneur, you gotta be fucking crazy mind to actually say, what I'm doing is great, but fuck, I want to take more on. Like with me, I got a real estate business that makes me great money. What? Yeah, I want to also do property development. Yeah, I'm gonna also invest money into this startup. Yeah, I'm gonna invest money into that company. We are thrill seekers constantly. Elon Musk. He's got Tesla. Guy's worth, I don't know, 200 billion. And fuck it, let me buy Twitter now and create that into another massive successful platform, which it wasn't before he took it. Why does he do it? You don't think Tesla is enough for him having $200 billion in a bank account? And fuck me.
It's like an internal hunger to reach your potential.
We just, but there's no right or wrong. You gotta do what makes you happy. Because if somebody wants to be crazy mind entrepreneur like me, they will be miserable fucks. You run your own race. You don't want to do what you do. You don't want to do what I do, or you don't want to do what that camera crew behind this screen is doing. You want to do what makes you happy and go with it. You know what I mean? So don't think, being entrepreneur is a great thing. It's great for who?
Yeah. Find what makes you tick. And then that's why it goes back to what you said earlier, Emil, around your why, because too many people focus on social media and what they see, and that must be their definition of success.
My why is different because I know that I was brought up. I was sent on this planet to make difference, and I've been saying this since I was fucking 4 years old. And they say that in every surname, there's going to be one person that's going to change direction
of that
surname.
Yeah.
And my surname started in 1550, and fucking over 500 years ago.
Yeah.
Almost 600 years ago. That's what we can track back where the Juresics started. And funny thing is, there was even a knight with Juresic surname. Somewhere in Poland, believe me or not.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a lot of crossover.
And but looking back for those 500-600 years, the surname is just been going one way, and people just work and relatively poor surname and poor people in it. And I wanted to I know that I'm the person that's going to change the direction of the surname. That money is not everything, but what I can do, I can create a good foundations that can help for Juresics after I'm dead. Change directions that it can make their lives a lot better. You know what I mean?
100%.
So I know that I'm that person, and in any family, you could be the person, but might not be you, might be somebody after. And I wanted to create a legacy that 500 years after I'm dead, there was Emil Juresic, and he's the one that changed the course of our surname as well. But saying that, my job is to make sure I create good foundations that Juresics after me are good people, are hardworking people, very successful people, not just spoiled kids that are fucking driving Lamborghinis and Ferraris and they're coked up every day and they just fuck up. Legacy I created. So there's a lot of work that I'm doing. So I know I was born on this planet to make a difference, and my why is to make life better for people around me, and also my why is as simple. Hey, you only got one life, buddy. So either you waste it or make something out of it. I ain't fucking wasting it.
I'm interested to hear your answer to this one and definition. If someone was to ask you, Emil, does money make you happy? What's your answer to that?
Interesting. There's not many broke people and poor people that can tell you they're happy without it. You know what I mean? I'll tell you this. I take little steps. I'm a happy person. Money is the bonus to my happiness. Does it make me waking up in the morning, going to my garage thinking, Jesus, do I drive a Lamborghini or Ferrari or Bentley or Porsche today? Do I like having that choice and freedom to do what the fuck I want to do today? I love that part. So what money, it's not that it makes me happy. It gives me right now, gives me freedom to do what I want to do. I can say I'm going to go on holiday tomorrow and just do it. I can say, you know what, that person is struggling, they need help, I'm going to give them $100,000 to turn their life either way around. I can see, you know what, that woman, she was in a bad relationship, bad marriage, her husband beat her up and he left her on the street with 2 little kids. I can say, hey, I'll give you 20 grand, I'll find you a house to live in, I'll pay you rent for fucking 2 years, So does money make me fucking happy? Yes, it gives me ability to do what I want to do when I want to do it. But also, if you're a miserable fuck as a person, if you're a bitter person and jealous person and have all the money in the world, what is it going to do? Just going to create more evil out of you. I know I'm a good person. And I know that, with the money I can make life better for myself. Nobody can tell me, hey, there's no difference between driving a $200 car and drive my Bentley.
Yeah.
Go and fucking sit in my Bentley and drive from Brisbane to Gold Coast and go and drive in a $200 car and see the difference. I'll tell you what, there's a bit of a difference. It's a comfy, makes you feel good, it's safe, you know what I mean? But as a happy person, does money, make a difference? Yes, it does. But I can't eat 20 kilos of meat a day. I can only eat, and I still eat sausage rolls and shit like everybody else does. But gives me ability to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
And it sounds like overarching that is a quote I heard as well, and your answer pretty much blends straight into that, is money just magnifies who you already are.
100%. But there's this. I don't do anything for the money.
That's a good point.
I don't do anything for the money. There's a mistake that people make. They chased money. I chased happiness. I chase happiness. Now, other day I was in Melbourne and I woke out of my hotel and there was a doorman, guy that, opens the doors for people and he's the one that, will get you a taxi or Uber or limo or whatever. And I'm there waiting for somebody to pick me up. And this doorman, I was talking to him for 10 minutes. And I'm like, fuck me, I want to have your life. Happiest person ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
He was so happy. He was so full of life, full of energy. I'm thinking to myself, I'm a fucking happy individual, but you're really fucking happy. I almost want to be you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. So don't chase somebody else's happiness. Don't chase somebody else's vision. Don't chase, what you think will make you happy for a minute. Chase what makes you truly happy as an individual. If it makes you happy to be a videographer, go and be a fucking good one. And find the thrill in creating good fucking videos and being creative and learning. Money will follow if you're in a business. But if you're just chasing money, if you're just doing stuff, you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
It's not going to fulfill you from the... You're not going to get that fuel injection of happiness.
And then you're going to go back to your question, and where you might ask somebody, does money make you happy? If he was chasing... If he was chasing money for the wrong reasons, he will not be happy. But I'm a fucking happy individual. I'm a happy as a human being. I do what I want to do. I do things that I enjoy doing. But saying that when you're creating your own business, be prepared to eat a lot of fucking shit to get to the honey. You know what I mean? So, don't think your journey is going to be so fucking good from day one that, hey, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to drive Lamborghinis and Ferraris and Bentleys and all the shit and want to fly private jets, Fantastic. You want to do that. Let's start from the basics. You're going to eat a lot of shit to get there with a shovel, not a spoon. So be prepared. But you will get to that honey. You will get to everything you want. You're going to get it. But it's going to be a long journey to get there. Now, the key is to enjoy eating shit. Enjoy building the business. But people made the mistakes like, I can't wait till I have Lamborghini. What? You're going to hate 20 years of life while you're creating that journey? Enjoy the journey. How beautiful is this? You started whatever company today. How beautiful it is. You're going to grow that baby. How beautiful. How beautiful is that you're going to see, what? First 12 months, you had a 20 grand turnover. You probably lost 20 grand. Next year, you're going to have a 60 grand turnover and you're going to employ one person. Third year, you might, have, $450,000 turnover. You might have 3 employees, but you're growing. Business is growing. How great is that? You know what I mean? So the journey is the fucking thrill. Right now, I'm running a startup. I'm running a fucking startup. I'm starting all over again. All my existing businesses, they're still there. They're thriving. But, myself and my 2 beautiful partners, we started a company and we got to build that company ourselves. So fucking exciting because now I can feel and appreciate that journey. Which is fucking epic.
And that's the key one there. You nailed it on the head there. It's the journey, not so much the destination. And the person you're becoming on the journey. You're probably this startup, which we'll chat about in a second because it sounds super exciting. You're starting from the compound effect of that knowledge and growth from...
But there's a different thing starting things now because I understand the value of life more than ever. And 2, I also have, knowledge how to create things and I've learned, I'm going back to this conversation when we were talking about letting go and I don't have that issue anymore. Like, what, right now, I'm just hunting for people that are smarter than me because I love being in a room of people that I employ and there's 10 of them there and I'm thinking to myself, all 10 of you are way smarter and more capable than me. But I was smart enough to put you all in this fucking room and let you think on my behalf. And that itself is a big skill.
Love it. I'm mindful of time, mate. We could be chatting for the next 2 hours. And
I'll send you the bills. I'm like a lawyer. I charge by minute. Just joking. All good.
Mate, the One Life Club, is this a startup? Mate, it's popping off. I love the concept. Just quickly give people an insight into what One Life Club is.
One Life Club is Netflix of mentoring, really. What we wanted to create a platform that can help people become better in whatever field they are in. When I was creating my businesses, I had nobody to look up to. I had no mentors. I was climbing the mountain myself. What One Life Club is a platform where any individual that wants to create their own business or wants to become really good at whatever field they are, they can go to a platform and they can get inspired. They can get inspired and motivated by people that we interview. We interview so many amazing people that have already created successful businesses. So yes, they can be inspired by watching their stories and get motivated. And then second part of our platform is we created classes. And classes are people can learn how to be expert in specific field. Person that is holding the class is somebody that has done it themselves. So for example, we have a class with Josh Tesselin, how to become successful real estate agent. And he gave 10 classes. And person that is giving a class is number 1 real estate agent in Australia. So he's teaching you step by step what do you need to do to become number one agent in the country? Or if you want to set up a successful e-commerce business, person that is teaching you that is somebody that has created successful business himself. So it's a platform where any individual can just learn how to do things better.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Yeah.
And then we also have a community side of it as well, where all members can network with each other. They can, get inspired by each other. They can watch each other's journeys as well. So it's just simply a platform that can give you tools to do things better tomorrow. If you are a business owner, a salesperson, or entrepreneur, because university can only give you so much. University, you're gonna, study for 4 years to be a good accountant.
So it sounds like you're getting the juice from people who are already
you're
at
getting,
the top.
You're getting the fucking juice from real people, real deal. Because universities are good; they give you discipline. You're gonna start something, you're gonna finish it. But people that will be giving you their opinions and advice here are people that have made successful businesses. No teacher can give you that because they don't have that.
Mentorship, eh?
Mentorship on another level. I mean, look at this. Simple 2 classes. How to scale your business. We have 1 class called How to Scale Your Business. The person that is giving that class is my business partner, Chandra, who's unbelievable. She started a company when she was 18. 10 years later, company's worth of $1 billion. So she's giving a class how to scale a business. Is she the right person to give you that class? Fuck me.
Yeah.
10 years time, from age 18 to 28, to start over $1 billion company, she knows how to scale it. Or how to start an e-commerce company or retail stores. Person would be giving that class. For example, is my other partner, Simon Bede, who created a company called Culture King, where he sold 50% of it for $300 million. I think he's capable enough to give people a class and for people to listen if they want to do the same thing. So it is
so people getting access to that.
It's a concept that we are building that we think is going to change the course of how young people can actually educate it in the world to do something better.
Love it.
Or at least help them on the journey.
Love it.
But one thing that no platform can give you, all platform can teach you how to do things, how to do them better, And but one thing you have to teach yourself is how to be open-minded, to learn, and how to build that mindset to actually do something.
I love it. And just so people know, it's quite fresh as well, isn't it?
It started last July when I was in Croatia on a holiday. I went there for 39 days, my first biggest holiday ever, and I was supposed to rest my ass for 39 days. 1 week into it, I created a platform called One Life Club, and now I have 2 amazing business partners that are so freaking smart and capable. I'm in a business, and now we have a team of 15 people so far, and growing every day, literally. And we are now focused on creating a platform that can help millions of people around the world to do things better tomorrow.
Love it. Check it out, One Life Club. I've already got before I even met you, I got my ticket to that. There's one on the Goldie, isn't there? The personal branding one.
We got a
man, what a lineup.
We got a massive event on 7th of July on the Gold Coast.
Man, I'll be there, the notepad.
We got so many amazing people. Look, the biggest thing for me with One Life Club, besides helping so many people to learn, man, I'm learning so much.
Yeah.
Because every person I interview, I was like, fuck, I'm learning so much. I'm so blessed that even myself, I'm interviewing people. And every time I'm interviewing them, I walk out of the interview, I was like, Jesus Christ, I feel so much richer and smarter.
Yeah.
I just learned something.
Yeah, 100%, mate. I get that every week, mate, chatting to people like yourself.
It's so good, isn't it?
It's the best.
You just learn, and even if you interview people to do the same thing like what you do, you're gonna, and if they're good at it, you're gonna learn how to do things maybe in a different way too.
It's all perspective shifts, mate. And just to finish on, interested to know, I heard a bit around your legacy. Emil, Juresic, what's your definition of success?
My definition of success is chasing true happiness within yourself for the right reasons, not wrong.
Love it.
And one thing that makes me the most successful people in my life is knowing that I'm making difference in other people's lives. Everybody's definition of success is different, You just have to find your own
Your own.
reasons and not chase somebody else's.
100%.
With me is I chase happiness for me and people around me, and I keep things very simple. I don't overcomplicate things and say, definition of success for me is to make as much money as I can. Don't chase that. I chase to use my time very wisely every day and not to waste my life.
Love it. Well, there you have it. It's we'll just finish on a bit of property stuff, but that will just about do it. I just really wanted to, I guess, acknowledge and appreciate looking from afar. You see people online or wherever it is, and you always want to. I love lifting the hood on people, like in terms of like where the upbringing come from, and it seems like the habit's always the same, and it's hard work, it's discipline, it's playing the long game is another one. You've been in this a while. I can tell.
I started really when I was born, and people say that I'm 44 now, and when they see me have what I have now, they think, oh my God, I want to have that tomorrow. I was like, hey guys,
100%.
I've been hustling
for a very long time.
Yeah, and it's a long journey. If you think you're gonna be financially successful overnight, you are living a dream, buddy.
100%. And just for people, rewind even that last bit, because I think that's 95% of it. Sometimes is people just aren't staying in the game long enough. They're not learning off other people, not growing.
Everybody wants the world that we are living in now. People are chasing something that doesn't exist. They're chasing it for the wrong reasons. I mean, I always say, why do you think that all the cryptocurrencies became so popular around the world? Because people that were buying it, most of the people were buying crypto is people that wanted to get rich overnight. They wanted to put $10,000 on their credit card, and that becomes $2 million tomorrow. Because also Bitcoin being worth 2 cents and being worth $30,000. You know what? I'm going to put 10 grand in, it's going to be worth $5 billion. People are not focused anymore creating long-term businesses.
Delayed gratification.
You know what I mean? People want to just try something, doesn't work, and try something else. Doesn't work, something else. Nothing is going to work overnight. So if you're going to think like that, you're going to fuck up a lot and not get anywhere.
100.
You got to think long-term game. And this is the easiest time to become successful business owner. This is the easiest time to become good employee. Reason why it's easiest time? Because people give up too early when they start businesses. As soon as something is a little bit hard, they close it, they want to open something else. As soon as it's a little bit hard, they open it. If you can think long term, if you can push through, you will have successful business, because most of the people these days don't have that built within themselves to last the fucking times, to go and have a 20-year journey to make successful business. They all try in 6 months, doesn't work, close it. 6 months doesn't work, close it. If you can think long term, you have a better chance of succeeding, because your competition is weak as piss. Employees, if you are working for somebody, as long as that person is a good boss that good can leader. See the value in you, you can thrive within that organizations and grow really fast.
100%.
If you can realize that, hey, loyalty is crucial, because any business owner appreciates people that are fucking loyal. That's one thing. 2, if you can also do things for others, not just for yourself, people will see it. Because most employees, okay, you know what? I want to have 100 grand. I'm on 80 grand now. I want to have a pay rise or $20,000. I ask them, why? What's in for me? Are you going to work harder? If the answer is no, what the fuck should I give you 20 grand pay rise? Because everybody wants everything today. If you can be an employee that thinks to himself, you know what? I'm going to be loyal. I'm going to work 2 hours extra every day. That good employee, he will see, he will promote you, because most people that are working, they're doing the same thing, and somebody else offers them $2 more, they grab it. Somebody offers them $2 more, they grab it. Instead of saying, what can I do better within this business to earn more? How can I give more to get more?
To add more value to the
How can I add value to your business? How can 100%. I replace you in your business so you can do better things tomorrow?
Yeah.
So if you can think like that long term, you will be rewarded in any business that you're working in.
Yeah, 100%. Well, Emil, mate, I'm gassed up. I'm ready to go today, and
Better get some fucking deals done.
Let's go, mate. I always finish on fast five in the property space. I'd be interested to know. You obviously got a lot of experience in the property world. First, a location and dwelling type that pops to mind when I ask these next 5 questions. So the first one, mate, is holiday home anywhere in the world. Where's Emil?
100% Croatia.
Croatia, yeah. What, a little villa on the hill, or
no, not on the hill, little villa on the beach.
Yeah, love it.
Look, I'm originally from there.
Which part?
And,
which part?
Well, there's 2 little places that I love. One is called Island of Hvar, which is the sunniest place in Croatia.
Yep.
It's an amazing island. And another one is a little town called Rovinj, which is top of the Croatia, close to Italian border. So there are 2 cities that I absolutely love. So if I had to pick a place for ultimate holiday destination, that's there. But saying that, Australia is one of the most amazing countries. I mean, look at the Gold Coast. We have one of the nicest beaches ever. Look at Fraser Island. Look at, Hamilton Islands. We got so many amazing places for holiday here as well. So a lot of people are chasing shit, but what they don't realize, there's amazing stuff right in front of them.
We got some good stuff here, right?
Right in front of them.
100%. Mate, what about where would you put your money from a asset investment point of pure investment property, location, dwelling type? Anywhere in the world?
Look, to be honest, I think Australia as a country is one of the safest. We have proved that our economy is strong, is stronger than most of the countries around the world. We are attractive country enough that is attracting people to move from other countries to Australia, which means demand will keep increasing. And if I want to put my money into any country, I want to put it into a country where that country is in demand for people to move there, which means population will grow.
Migration.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's one as a country. But, when it comes to location, there's no such a thing as a bad location if you're buying a good deal. You can buy a property in a shittier suburb. If it's worth $600,000, you're buying it for $400,000. That means the location is good for you. But if I'm looking at long term, where I invest my money, that is in a A-grade suburbs, and normally I call them within 4 or 5 kilometers of any CBD.
Yep. Blue chip.
Blue chip.
Yep.
And I look for a shittiest houses on a big block
Love
of
it.
land.
Love it.
Would I say buying a unit is a good investment? Fuck no. It's a good if you want to buy it as a holiday place and you don't give a fuck if it's going to go up and down in value, but the value is in land. The bigger the land is in a good street with a good homes, with a shittier house on your land, better it is.
Love it. Love it. Mate, what about anywhere in the world? Where's the party home?
I don't party. I'm not a party person. With me, I'm partying 24 hours a day.
Love
I'm
it.
Fucking dancing because shit that I do, to me, it's a party in my head because I'm so good at it. So
here's a good one. The think tank. We have the think tank.
Yeah, my party is 24 hours a day because I'm dancing in the shit that I do every day. But look, if people in a party,
where would you put the think tank?
I'm not a party person. My thing is give me freaking good food and a bottle of wine, and I'm happy. And then there's so many amazing places around the world and in Australia to have a good bite to eat.
Yeah, 100%. Mate, lastly, where do you think the forever home is for you? You got a destination in your head?
Yes, I do.
Yeah?
Destination with no address.
Yeah, okay.
And that is, I said, one day I'm going to be fucking living on a $50 to $100 million yacht, and that destination would be wherever the fuck I wanted to go at the time. That's my ultimate destination. Look, I love Brisbane is my home. I love Brisbane.
It's come a long way, eh?
It's amazing. I love living there. I have good friends there. But then again, to me, the world is my home because, if I feel like spending 3 months in US, I'll fucking spend it there. So does money make you happy? I don't know if it makes you happy, but gives you ability to live wherever the fuck you want to live.
Gives you choice. Love it.
That's my destination.
Love it. And mate, last question we always finish on. What's your biggest advice to buyers at the moment in 2023? Where we are in the climate, a lot of uncertainty. Mate, what are you predicting or what's your advice to buyers for the back end of 2023?
Few things I will add here. One, to any buyer, whatever you're buying, think long term. because next 2 to 3 years or even 5 years, market is so unpredictable. Don't just buy stuff today that you can flip tomorrow and make a lot of dollars. Buy asset that's gonna go up in that's gonna go up in value over long term.
Long term, yeah.
So that's one thing, and learn how to be patient. Two, again, if you are a buyer in general, I think market is changing, and right this second, it is a little bit buyer's market, but that is going to change. Everything is driven by demand and supply. At 100%. The moment, there's not enough properties on the market. So if you're a buyer, if you're a buyer, one thing I would advise you, and I'm not saying this because you're in this business, find yourself a good buyer's agent. What I mean when I say good to work in your interest. Because buyer's agent, one, he understands the market where you want to buy. So let's say you're from Sydney, you want to buy on the Gold Coast, and you want to buy investment property. There's a very good chance that buyer's agent will know what's in demand long term. Two, that buyer's agent can save you fucking time. Because if you have a full-time job, you don't have time to look for 200 properties. Buyer's agent, he knows what's coming up, what's on the market, and he's going to listen to your advice, what you tell him to look for. So he's going to be more selective what he brings you. And three, which is most crucial, buyer's agent, if he's a good one, he should work in your interest. He should help you negotiate.
100%.
Most buyer's agents, just like real estate agents don't give a fuck about the seller. Sorry to say, but most buyer's agents don't give a fuck about the buyer. They want to fucking find you anything so they can get 3% or whatever commission they charge you. If you can find a buyer's agent that understands his market, that's going to work in your interest, that's going to buy well for you, the commission you're going to pay him can save you 10-20% because he's going to negotiate on your behalf. And the buyer's agent you find, be patient because it might take a week, it might take 3 months to find you good deals. But the ones that he finds you, if you can build a trust and with him, he can do magical things for you. So and I think your company, what you're doing is reputable enough to do the job. You know what I mean?
It's all about that net position.
I should fucking charge you for saying this. I'm sending you invoice for this. But just joking. I truly mean that.
Mate, I agree with you.
I truly mean that, man, because now in America, there's the same amount of real estate agents and buyer's agents.
They call them brokers over there. Property brokers.
There's nobody buys properties without buyer's agents. And if you can find a good one here, it can change the world for you. It can change the world for you. Finding good people in any industry is hard, but that's my advice.
Well, mate, it's you can just tell the overarching thing for you is you're finding people, your business you're finding the right people. You're conscious of finding the right people to bring back time. That's one thing I'm learning about you. You love your time. Like time is everything. Time is everything.
Even when I'm driving from Brisbane to Gold Coast to this podcast, which I'm glad I can because I get asked to be on a lot of podcasts, and even that 1 hour, I don't see it as a waste. I got time to think, to 100%. Be creative, maybe even listen to somebody else's podcast, as well, and learn, and no time to waste.
That's it, man. And I just want you again acknowledge you, Emil. I really appreciate you coming down here. I'm a little bit selfish. Some of my questions, I've absorbed a lot of that. And mate, I'm really looking forward to the One Life event as well. As I said,
having you there.
Before I even met you, I had my ticket already. So I love what you're doing. I wholeheartedly believe in mentorship and investing in yourself is the best investment you can make.
When you are looking for mentors, it's very important that you're looking for mentors who have done things themselves.
Been there, done that, eh?
Because there's a lot of mentors that are 20 years old. They are mentors. They never created a business. You're going to mentor me to do what? Talk shit?
Yeah.
You want to find fucking mentors. You want to find mentors that have a proven track record of doing shit.
Yeah.
And you can learn from them.
It sounds like One Life Club's putting it all together, man. So
we're very selective who we get to give people,
advice,
their advice and journey. And
and where can people follow you and follow the new business?
I am onelifeclub.com. If they go there, all the info is there. And when it comes to myself, I am everywhere. If they type my name on Instagram or anywhere else, they'll find me
Yeah,
there. And I love sharing my knowledge and journey with others.
Appreciate it, mate. And it's a credit to you what you're building. I reckon you got at least another 60. You haven't even hit halfway yet. I reckon.
Funny thing is, my business partner Simon and other day we were talking about Warren Buffett and his right hand man, vice president of his company, Charlie. Warren Buffett is 92 years old, and his business partner Willie is 99. They're still working.
Yeah,
They're still working. Another day they had a shareholders meeting, and there was thousands of shareholders in the room, and the meeting went for 6 hours. They're both so passionate and switched on, and and I think that will be, if I get to live that long, that will be me working and
100%.
exercising my mind, and yeah.
Love it. Well, Emil, I appreciate your time again.
Welcome.
Thanks, mate.